Reflective Statement by Cindy Vong, ETP401 Assessment Task 1. In this PowerPoint, I will be reflecting on my 13 years of schooling as well as my experiences as a pre-service teacher. This reflective compendium has deeply influenced my current understanding of assessment and its role in learning, teaching, and education. It is what I believe to be the bridge between teaching and learning. I believe that in every school it is crucial to do assessments. My new philosophy of assessment is to collect accurate data to then evaluate and diagnose stages of academic, emotional, and social development, which would then inform my teaching. My beliefs and values about assessment have now informed my teaching by heavily focusing on formative assessments and giving effective feedback. Throughout my professional experience, particularly in disadvantaged schools, I have learned to realize that there is a large gap between the high and low students. My professional stance about assessment to inform my teaching and student learning is to simply recognize this gap and use improved formative assessment to differentiate and help clear up the gap. As Black and Willie of 1998 states, improved formative assessment helps low achievers more than other students and so reduces the range of achievement while raising achievement overall. It is evident as teachers that learning gains lie within our grasp, and it is our role to use assessments to effectively inform our teaching. Effective feedback is central in improving student learning. Feedback must be specific, actionable, timely, and respectful. Many years ago, as a primary school student, and even in some classrooms now, I have noticed some ineffective feedback such as written markings in red pen that do not note any improvements that could be done to help the student. From this experience, I have learned to never use a red pen to do any written markings, but instead using a very effective form of feedback called tickled pink and green for growth. I strongly believe that students are the best assessors for their own learning. This is why I would be using many forms of self-assessment and self-monitoring to build student agency in my classroom. Lastly, I believe that high-stakes testing such as NAPLAN has been quite problematic, as they appear to have more negative impact on students' learning and well-being, as well as heavily impacting teachers and their way of teaching. As mentioned by Linda Darling-Hammond in her TED Talk video, linked at the top of the external standardized testing page, I also agree with her that standardized testing is a distraction from real learning. I don't believe that teaching to the test is effective. I believe that teaching should be creative and innovative. Although I think NAPLAN is a good way of informing the government on how our schools are performing, I do not believe that the results should be published online where schools are becoming competitors with each other. Prior to creating this compendium, my understanding of standardized testing was very little. I now have a greater knowledge about the many perspectives of high-stakes testing. Not only that, I now have a better knowledge about PISA and the many similarities and differences between our education system compared to Finland's. I also have a wider understanding of how my place of school think and do their assessment, and this will definitely help me when it comes to teaching at the school again.